Wade and Wade reacts.
A subscriber asked us to check out a video of Gundam info breaking down the Universal Century, so let's get into it.
Gundam has released more than 50 works ever since the first TV anime series that was broadcast in 1979. For more than 40 years, Gundam has been loved by many people around the world. Among those people, I believe there are a few that have zero knowledge of Gundam, but mention, "I've always wanted to watch it, but I haven't watched it yet," or "I want to learn some of the basics of Gundam." So this time, let's unravel the history of Gundam, focusing on the key word Universal Century, which cannot be excluded when talking about the world of Gundam. Learning Gundam's history from scratch. Universal Century.
Nice introduction.
First of all, what is Universal Century? Universal Century is the name of a new era which marks the beginning of an era when humankind expanded their place of life into space. The Universal Century, which is known as a must-watch series, presents several different intertwining stories that happened during the same time period. Therefore, every single conflict, every single action, and every single hero that appears will make an impact on the works that will be created later, which makes it a grand historical masterpiece. Half a century has passed since the world entered the new era, UC 0079. The Space City Side 3, which is the farthest from Earth, has challenged the Earth Federation government to a war of independence by calling itself the Principality of Zeon. This is what is commonly referred to as the 1 Year War. The Principality of Zeon mass-produces its own mobile suit, MS-06 Zaku, and overruns the Earth Federation forces and took the lead. Gundam was developed by the Earth Federation forces to counter Zaku's. With the introduction of the new mobile suit, the Earth Federation forces, which were in a catastrophic state, came back to life and the war situation improved. Mobile suits have played an important role in war ever since. The story of the 1 Year War focuses on Amuro Ray, who is a teenage pilot from the EFF side, and Char Aznable, an ace pilot from Zeon's side. Amuro, who was a civilian at the time of appearance, gets in the mobile suit RX-78-2 Gundam by accident. With the manual in his hand, he tried desperately to operate the Gundam and managed to escape from a crisis. Much against his will, he became a soldier and was embroiled in tough battles. Char, on the other hand, is an elite soldier of the Principality of Zeon, who is feared by the Earth Federation troops under the nickname of Red Comet.
Always crispy.
However, the reason Char fights in the Principality of Zeon is not for the independence of the Principality of Zeon, but for revenge on the Zabi family, who plays a main role in Zeon. While violently colliding in the war, Amuro and Char sometimes felt sympathy for each other and saw the value of each other. The friction between them developed into a lifelong rivalry. At the end of their battle, Amuro and Char's abilities as new
rivalries in all of Gundam,
which have given them non-mortal intuition and insight. The two then started an intense battle that no human being is capable of. The relationship between them didn't end with the 1 Year War. Their paths crossed again and again in many other works.
Yeah, even in Gundam Build Fighters, which is not in the UC timeline,
Also,
right?
this was not talked about in the work, but the Mobile Suit Gundam V Origin, which reveals Char's background and the reason for revenge on the Zabi family, is a must-see when talking about Char. Behind the 1 Year War, there are many works that capture people devastated by the war. Appointed as the 8th MS platoon leader of EFF Southeast Asian Front, Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team, is a story that draws a deeply woven human pattern by new officers.
One of the best right there, in my opinion. Love the animation style.
Mobile Suit Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket illustrates Al, the schoolboy protagonist, Zeon Soldier Bernie, and the cruelty of the war they have faced while fighting over an EFF new type specific Gundam, NT-1 Alex.
This is a pointless battle right here.
Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt has captured incidents that happened in the Thunderbolt sector. Through these different perspectives, you can gain an in-depth insight about stories behind the war.
This movie was crazy.
After the end of the One-Year War, former Lieutenant General of the Zeon Army, Aigil Delaz, gathered the remnants of Zeon and forms the Delaz Fleet. Universal Century 0083. Former Zeon Major Annabelle Gato raids a warship with the Gundam GP-02, which was taken from the EFF, and declares the armistice as unjust. He declares war against the Earth Federation.
Yeah, me too. I like
government.
that character.
This incident is known as the Delaz conflict.
That weapon was crazy.
In this
powerful.
conflict, it is Ko Uraki who rides the Gundam of the EFF. As a test pilot at the time of appearance, he was in a battle with Major Annabelle Gato, who was feared as the Nightmare of Solomon. Ko tries to prevent a colony from falling on Earth.
Yeah, that fight scene was one of the best I've seen. Matter of fact, I might watch it again after this.
7 years had passed since the end of the One-Year War. What happened in the Universal Century 0087 was the Gryps War. Here, the story depicts the conflict between an elite group called Titans, which supported Earth supremacy and suppressed spacenoids, and a group under the EFF called Eugo, which counters the Titans' actions. In the endgame, with an asteroid-based Axis built by the remnants of Zeon joining in, it turned into a three-cornered battle while the chaotic situation reached its peak. Known as Second Amuro, Camille Bidan was the one that became the pilot of the RX-178 Gundam Mark II and the MSZ 006 Zeta Gundam.
It was powerful, bro.
He belonged to Eugo, and Camille was the most powerful new type ever known.
Right, the mental strength that
By changing his name to Quattro Bagina, Char Aznavour, a key figure during the One-Year War, joined Eugo. Meanwhile, Amuro, who became a hero of the One-Year War, was placed under house arrest by the EFF leadership because they were afraid of the power of the new type. He later joined Eugo to fight against Titans. Camille struggles to destroy the Titans, while his companions die one after another in the war and wear down their spirits. After the Gryps War, Haman Karn, who leads Axis, declares the revival of Neo Zeon and declared war on the Earth Federation government. The first Neo Zeon War has begun. While working as a junk dealer with his friends and wanting to make a profit, Judo Ashita got into the Zeta Gundam and tried to steal it, which has led him to join Eugo, where he became Double Zeta Gundam's pilot and joined the war to fight against Neo Zeon. The war started to reach its end due to the success of Judo, who suddenly emerged as a Gundam pilot like Amuro and Camille, and also due to the Neo Zeon's internal rifts. Universal Century 0093, 4 years after the first Neo Zeon War. Char Aznavour leads the new Neo Zeon Army and develops Sazabi, a mobile suit equipped with the new technology Psycho Frame. He himself became the general commander and challenged the Earth Federation government once again.
I gotta watch this movie because I need to understand why he took this path.
Amuro, who has served on Londo Bell, an EFF affiliate organization, has tried to stand up against Char's ambition. New Gundam, a mobile suit that Amuro helped develop, is also equipped with Psycho Frame. Furthermore, it was developed exclusively for New Gundam with reference to the wireless all-range weapon Funnel that has appeared in the first Neo Zeon War. Finn Funnel has succeeded in having overwhelming firepower. To end the war, Char initiated an operation to let Axis, the asteroid base, fall on the Earth's surface.
Yeah,
With
that
the
was an
Earth's
intense
fate at
fight.
risk, the battle between the two rivals marks an end here.
Yeah, I don't like that either. That they killed him in that movie.
Yeah, that was a bad choice.
The Laplace box has the possibility to overthrow the Earth Federation government. The Vis Foundation, which has kept it a secret for nearly 100 years, has tried to transfer it to the Sleeve, the remnants of the Neo Zeon army, which led to an armed conflict involving the EFF Londo Bell.
Your dude was a beast in the jigging.
The main focus of this war is Boninger Lynx, who is a young man that lives in an industrial space colony. Also, a mystery girl who identified herself as Audrey Byrne that has tried to stop Laplace's box from being transacted by herself. Boninger, who is only a college student, encounters a pure white mobile suit, Unicorn Gundam. It has turned him into a pilot and led him to the battlegrounds. Londo Bell and Full Frontal, an 8th pilot of the Sleeves who is also known as the Second Coming of Char, challenge Unicorn Gundam in a battle for Laplace's box. What on earth is Laplace's box? And
Now,
what's
how's he
hidden
the second
behind the
coming of
secret
Char? Is he an
100
actual
years
clone
of
of his?
Universal Century? 1 year after the Laplace incident, in Mobile Suit Gundam narrative, which depicts Phoenix hunting that occurs with the appearance of the new Unicorn Gundam, the impact of the Laplace incident is being mentioned.
What kind of technology was that?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too when I first saw it.
12 years have passed since Char's rebellion. As the inhumane policy human hunting is being carried out, such as forcibly taking civilians into space, a movement to assassinate such high-ranking federal officials has begun.
The animation was
The
crispy.
group
and
responsible
everywhere.
for these assassinations was
I had a
Mathdi,
problem with
an
it.
anti-EFF group. Its leader was Mathdi Navu Aaron, the successor of Amuro Ray and Char Aznavour's Will. Mathdi was actually Hathaway Noah, the son of EFF Army Colonel Bright Noah, Amuro Ray's commander in the 1 Year War, a man who led new type heroes
Seems like
such
all the
as
stories
Camille
are connected
and
in some way.
Yeah, but
Determined to forge the path that
that's
he
what I got a
believed
problem
in,
with.
Hathaway's fate
Some of the
changes
connections.
with the
That's
encounter
cool they
between
brought
Colonel
Hathaway
Kenneth
back, at least I
Slegg
was gonna see
and
it
the
all
mysterious
with
beautiful
my man,
girl
but-
Gigi Andalusia.
Yeah, of course, all the stories are in the UC timeline, but it seems like some of the people that were significant in previous series and movies have significance in the
The
newer ones
uproar
as
caused
well.
by armed
And they're
groups
connected
trying to
with the newer
establish a
pilots.
country, Cosmo Babylonia, a nation with a super elitist mindset, is written in Mobile Suit Gundam F91, and that will lead to the big war that will then occur later on.
Dang, you got a lot of time now.
1.5 centuries have passed since humankind started to live in space, and the dominance of the Earth Federation government has weakened and was slowly becoming a dead letter. The Zanscare Empire, which seized control of almost all of the Side 2 colonies, has declared independence from the Earth Federation government and has launched military invasions. After encountering the battle between the Empire and the resistance organization Ligue Militaire, Uso Iwin becomes the pilot of the Victory Gundam, with the desire to protect the people around him.
Dang.
Uso grows up during an absurd war. And how will this war end? We have looked back at the history of Gundam, focusing on various wars that have occurred since the birth of the Universal Century. Yet this time, I have only introduced the facts about the history of Universal Century. The world of Gundam is full of fascinating concepts, technologies, characters, and dialogue that are almost impossible to fully elaborate on. And there have been many discussions that yearn to uncover explanations and theories behind them around the world. What exactly is a new humankind, new type?
Whatever the plot
What's the
wants it to be.
secret behind Anaheim Electronics? Who is Bright Noah, who has made
still
impacts in
alive.
many Gundam works? Also, cyber new types, Psycom, and the Zabi family. So, how about a trip to Gundam's world?
I think AI was around 30 years ago when this video was made. Cause that voice definitely sounded like an AI. The problem I have with the Gundam UC Century timeline, or Universal Century, somebody, you tell me down in the comments if I'm wrong. Because for right now, we're at the point of Char's counterattack. I don't like how certain pilots don't come back.
Right.
There's a lot of, I know a lot of movies came out in the 90s, early 2000s, but Unicorn and Hathaway came out like in 2009 and 10 and around that time. Why not bring some of the pilots back from the movies and them series? Like the guy from Double Zeta, he's still alive out there. And he's a pretty powerful new type. I think if it's a major conflict, he would be involved in like at least the Unicorn out of the Hathaway situation.
Right. I don't think the writers are thinking that far into it, but that would be cool if they brought some of the previous pilots back and at least featured them in some of the new series. Yeah. Because as you pointed out, a battle or war on that scale would have to gain the attention of those pilots and the platoons they're connected to. They would have to pitch in and help out.
Yeah. Now I know there's a giant time missing, like in the timeline, there's giant space in between Hathaway and F91. So they still have time to do something like that because it's a lot you can do in that. I think it's like a 20-year gap or something like that. So you can do something in that area.
Yeah, true. They could definitely come up with some stories that I would definitely like to watch if they were animated. But I do have some questions about certain things in the timeline, like Char Aznabal's clone, I think, Full Frontal. How is he connected to Char Aznabal? He mentioned that he's the second coming of Char. Who is Full Frontal?
I'm guessing he's a clone because during Zeta, they got into cloning people.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's most likely probably a clone.
That does it for our reaction to this subscriber request. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss a video from Wade and Wade Reacts.
And we're out there.
Peace.